Those who have seen war never stop seeing it. There's a veteran in Anderson who made sure I read that message right off his T-shirt. He's a combat medic, still haunted by the carnage he saw firsthand and by the lives lost in his hands. We often thank our veterans for their service, but tonight we want to introduce you to the combat heroes who are still serving each other, meeting each week to share brotherhood with the only people on earth who really understand the wounds they will always carry. A warning, these men are going to talk about post-traumatic stress, which could be a trigger for some watching in our audience. But these men think it's important to be honest about their struggles, so you know what they've done and what they'll continue to do. It's a 7 News exclusive. This is a story about heroes, real ones, actual American heroes, and you have no idea how true that is. It's about men with a shared sense of humor and a common taste in fashion. It's about combat veterans, those who have killed an enemy and seen friends die. This is a story about the wounds they've suffered, about the pain they hide.
I'd heard of PTSD, I didn't even know what it was, but I went in our bedroom, sit down on our bed, put a 9mm to my head, and sit there and said, anybody comes in that damn door, I'm gonna blow my brains out.
We've profiled some of these men before, like Jesse Taylor, the decorated Vietnam veteran who created the now thriving service organization Vets Helping Vets Anderson. This Monday night meeting is an offshoot of that, but it's different. It's raw, sometimes painful to hear.
I just have wild things going through my mind, and seeing things in my sleep. And when I sleep now, every night my bed is soaking wet.
Ryan HULON, I was with the 82nd Airborne.
Ryan HULON deployed nearly 40 years after Taylor with the Airborne in Afghanistan in '03, Iraq in '04 and '06.
What people don't understand is, you know, this wasn't just terrorists. I mean, this was, it could have been a woman or a child coming out at you. And people don't understand that that's the stuff that you see, and that's the stuff that's ingrained in your brain all the time. You know, you go home and you look at your kids and you're like, wow, you know, my son's 14. Over there, a 14-year-old could have an AK in his hand coming at you.
That's what's unusual about these men. The decades between them disappear.
Today, ask this man here, any of these young guys here, Afghanistan, 18, 19-year-old kids, 20-year-old corporals, lance corporals, are making life and death decisions.
It's what brings them to a suburban Anderson game room, and it's what bonds them to one another. The only people on earth who know how it really feels are the only other men who felt it.
You don't have to walk in and say, I'm okay today, or I'm doing good today, I'm fine. You can actually open up about what's going on. You can talk about, you know, going back to Iraq every night when you go to sleep, or close your eyes. Or
RUDDIGER was with the 82nd Airborne in Afghanistan, wounded by a mortar round in '06. One of dozens here honored with a Purple Heart.
Being here helps me feel better about everything I'm doing. You know, you're not the same person you were when you went back. And when you come back, sometimes people expect you to be the same person you were when you came back. And you can never feel the same way again. You've just seen too much.
So that's what happens each Monday night. Nobody pretends.
I didn't come to this for a long time. I just didn't feel like I thought it would drag up things I didn't want. You know, I tried to bury. But this has been real good medicine for me.
The masks come off.
It's almost like I've been here and stuck. You guys have seen me. Like I've always been here.
We still feel the same panic at times. We feel the same anger. And anger is the most difficult one to get by.
Robert Robinson, a Vietnam combat medic, made sure we saw the shirt he wore just for our camera. Those who see war never stop seeing it.
You know, when you've actually there holding somebody's heart in your hand, you know, you're trying to stop bleeding and that kind of stuff, or
you know, they're blown completely in half, and you're trying to work with them. Just like the shirt says, you can't stop seeing that from now on.
Sometimes we were just nearby. They're just killing each other, killing civilians for no apparent reason. Like, once you see that, like waging war on women and children in a marketplace, how do you come back and, like, I mean, it's a hard thing to even internalize, let alone, you know, deal with and maybe mention briefly.
From outside appearance, everything's fine, you know, but I guess the best way to describe it, it's almost like bipolarism.
This group has probably saved my life.
Now, there's no doctor here, though many of the men have sought and benefited from therapy. This isn't a search for a cure, just a need to be understood and feel the same bond of brotherhood that's kept them alive.
This group saves lives. This group is the reason that some of these guys are still here and they hadn't put that gun to their head.
That's what makes this. That's what brings all these people together.
No, you sit there.
This is a story about heroes at home, still fighting for the lives of the people they love.
We didn't want to go out and save the world. We wanted to help each other.
They're doing that every week. Vets Helping Vets Anderson holds that meeting for combat vets only each Monday night at 6 o'clock. They are especially interested in reaching out to younger vets who have just returned home. If that's you and you're looking for a safe environment to talk about your service or anything else with people who will understand, I put a link to all the information you need to join that group at WSPA.com.